Hello, everyone. LJ Young, back again. Welcome to another edition of Debt Ain't My Daddy. How are you guys today? Let me set up first, like I always do. Man, it's gonna be a good one. While I'm setting this up, make sure you get a pad and pencil because you guys are gonna. I'm gonna blow your mind today. I'm gonna blow your mind today. Woo! I'm gonna blow your mind. So get your pad and pencils ready, okay? Especially for the people that are in debt. This one's gonna be a really, really good one for you, and the people that are kind of getting what I'm saying as you slowly cross over here. All right, let me get that. 1 second here. Oh, crap. All right. 1 second. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me see. Okay. All right, got that going. All right. Welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become debt free by helping them financially see. And when I say see, I help them see for the first 40 years of my life, I was in what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody that believes they need credit and debt to survive. They can't buy anything without credit. They can't buy a car, house, clothes, Xbox, PlayStation. They can't buy anything without credit. All right. And those same people believe people with high credit scores must know how to manage money well. They must have money. They must be doing well. And one has nothing to do with the other. So I'm here to tell you that is a lie. Okay, that's not true. Credit is simply a business. And becoming debt free has also allowed me to now understand that money is spoken in two languages, debt and debt free. If you've always been in debt all your life, you only speak debt. You have no idea the language of debt free even exists. So you speak debt without, you're telling people that you are broke without letting them know you are broke, or without knowing you're letting them know you're broke. That's the best way I can say it. And certain videos, I don't really cuss a lot, but I use cuss words to express the anger, not even really anger, how bad they do people that are in debt and don't know it. It's bad. So when you hear me curse, a curse word, it's more for you and it's more for expression to help you feel how bad it is, how bad they are doing you. Now, when I say doing you, I'm talking about businesses, but I'm not blaming businesses because all of this is a choice. All right, they're not. Okay. Let me say that. Take that back. They're not doing you. They're just doing things they don't necessarily have to do to make more money. Okay, because it's all legal. It's not illegal, but they're just doing you because you don't understand money, and since you understand money, it's happening bad. Okay. All right. All right. Today's video is called gap insurance, and first I'm gonna explain what gap insurance is. It is to say like you were to get in a car accident, right? And your car they will only pay off up to the to what the car is worth, all right? And any overage that over that, the gap insurance comes in. So it's separate from regular car insurance. You bring in the gap. First, you pay your car insurance, and then you have the gap insurance to cover the gap. If they fall short of what the car's worth, they're going to fill it in, right? And I'm trying to keep it in order here. All right, let me just make sure. So what they're doing is now I'm going to give you the debt-free side of things of what that really is when you're offered gap insurance. Okay, this is what it really is, and everything I'm telling you can be proven 100% with fifth grade math. Okay, so whatever I'm telling you, I'm not just making this up. It's true. Okay, it's not made up. Now, first, what you don't know, when you walk in and even ask to finance a car, okay, you're already agreeing to pay more for that car than what it's worth. All right, so you already know right off the top of your head. You just got to understand that. You're going to be paying more for that car than what it's actually worth. And then they go by your gross income. They're going by money that you don't even that you don't even get. You don't even get it, but they're going by your growth. Does that make any sense? And if it doesn't make sense, it usually makes sense, CENTS, to the bank. Okay? If it doesn't make sense to you, it makes sense to the bank. But if it doesn't make sense to you and you don't question it, whose fault is that? That's on you. Okay? So right there kind of give you an idea of how the gap is already starting to happen, and you ain't even got the keys yet. You don't even have the keys yet. And it's happening. For a person that walks in and pays cash, everything stops right there. But for a person financing, it gets wider, 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 wider. That's the gap. Okay? You are creating that gap. Like if somebody offered me gap insurance, I'd be insulted. Well, they wouldn't even offer me because they know I'm not overpaying for this car. So they wouldn't even offer it to me. Let alone I would never even finance a car anyway. So that wouldn't happen to me. But for people that don't understand money, they believe gap insurance is covering them, or it's protecting them or something, but you don't realize you create it. Gap insurance wouldn't even exist. That's sort of like overdraft protection, PMI, private mortgage insurance, or mortgage insurance premiums. Those are things that sound like they protect you. Insurance, protection, gap insurance, but they're only protecting you from yourself, and they're making money off of it. That's what that means. Anyway, you get all this stuff started added, especially when you're financing it over 72 months. You start adding in this and that because you don't think it's your money. And you probably and if you're doing things like this, you're telling everybody that you really don't manage money well, and you probably have bad credit, or you maxed out. Those are signs. People in debt don't understand that they have a trail. They do certain things a certain way that's obvious, like paying, let alone financing a car, paying a high interest rate on a finance car. People that manage money well don't do that. But when you're in debt, you believe that's normal because the majority of America are in debt, 85% or some crazy number. Okay. Here's something else that furthers the gap that you create. When you walk in there and you don't hardly have any money down, you're financing more of the car. But in your mind, and this is for the people in debt, in your mind, you believe you're getting a deal or not money out of your pocket, or because people say these things out loud. Oh man, I walked in there and I didn't have to put no money down. That's not a good thing. That's a very, very, very bad thing. That means you're financing more of the car. So you're paying more interest rate. But people in debt say this out loud like it's a good thing. If you say that around a person that manages money well, I'll just say that person doesn't manage their money well, and they're probably broke. But they have no idea they're saying that. That's one of those things. Okay? And you're also over 72 months, right? When you sign on the dotted line, you're doing that because you don't have the money today to buy that car cash. So what you're doing is signing away your future earnings, money that you doesn't even exist. You haven't even made it yet. And you're paying tax on that money that doesn't even exist yet. See what I'm saying? And it's not me saying that. Math says so. That's what math says. I didn't invent math. I didn't invent it. One second, I'm just reading over my notes here. And then, when people get these deals, right, they say, hey man, this car dealership hooked me up and all this other stuff. And I go, for how long? They hooked you up for like 72 months, 84 months? That's not a hookup. That is not a hookup. That's a hook down. Down deeper into the negative. It's just hooking you into the negative. That's what it's doing. It's a hook down. Woo. Okay. So this is going to be, I'm going to show you guys how all this connects. Now, it's going to go away from gap insurance, but it really stays together with gap insurance because, like I said, gap insurance is only for people that do not manage money well. That's why they're getting gap insurance, because they're paying more for a car than what it's worth. That's what gap insurance is for. That's why it's there. The regular insurance company is saying, hey, we're only going to pay you. If you get in an accident, we're only going to pay you what the car is worth. But since you're financing and you got all this other stuff, That's the gap. And you're paying for that. And you're giving this money, that's only if you get in an accident. It's crazy. But anyway, now I'm gonna show you how this connects to other pieces. And this shocked me. Okay, this blew me away. This blew me away. I'm telling you, all my material comes from right here and just listening to people watching, okay? And watching the news. I did not know somebody can buy a car without a driver's license and don't even have a driver's license. They can buy a car. That blew me away. I'm thinking like this. Okay, so if a person can walk on and okay, the person walks on a car lot and buys a car with no license. That says a lot, okay? That says you have no idea what that says. That says this person is broke. It does not have any money and does not manage money well. And they're walking on a car lot and ready to finance a car. And this is why. You obviously don't have any insurance because you ain't got no license, right? You walk on there, they're going to sell you the highest price insurance. They're going to finance your car at the highest interest rate. And they're going to, what was that last one? And then let you just drive off. And they're going to do you at the car lot because you just don't know. And they know you're short term, so they're going to get all in the highest whatever, all interest, insurance, and amenities for the bumper to bumper. They're just going to load you up, right? And then you're just going to drive off. Now this person is open to. This is crazy. This person is open to getting pulled over and getting no license tickets, probably get the car towed, no insurance. If they got no license, the insurance is definitely not valid, right? So they're going to get both those tickets. You know how much money that is for the state? And then they got to pay to get this car out. It just keeps adding up, and people don't even see it. Just giving away their money and wondering why they're sitting in the negative. And let me add this one piece here. Now I was thinking, that's fucked up. That is really fun. For people that don't know, I'm telling you guys, if you're in debt and always been in debt and you really don't know how to manage your money well, you are getting financially fucked. And I don't even cuss a lot. I'm saying that so you guys can feel what's happening to you. It's true. They're doing you so dirty. And it's only 5th grade math and you're doing you so dirty and you believe you're stuck and got to accept that kind of stuff. So let me give you an example of how I said earlier, people in debt have a pattern, especially greedy people. Greedy people have a pattern and they don't get it. So let's go to the car dealerships that are actually selling you those cars, selling people cars with knowing they have no license. That is pure and utter greed. Let me say something here. The money always has a trail. People in debt, greedy people, they always leave trails. Everything's traceable. But when they're so wrapped up in their greed, they don't pay attention to anything else. They just, hey man, I'm getting this money. Too bad for that person. They don't know about money. I'm going to get them. They're going to get their turn too, and I'm going to show you how. It's so easy. It's so easy. I need to be a tax auditor or something. Because it's so damn easy. One day, they're going to sell a person because you got to remember, follow this trail, okay? This person doesn't have a license for a reason. This is why the state, whatever state they're in, said this person, we're not giving this person a license for a reason. They cannot be on the road, so we're not giving them a license. That's what the state says. That's why he doesn't have a license. But yet a car dealership will sell him a car. Now, mind you, I highly doubt if these big brand name dealerships are doing any of that shit. I doubt it. You ain't got a license, they're going to say goodbye. But these smaller ones that are doing it, let me tell you, this was going to happen. One day, somebody's going to come on their lot and buy a car with no license, drive off, go somewhere and kill somebody. Because they didn't have a license for a reason. Whatever that reason is, I don't know. But there is a reason. So the state's hands are out of it. The state is already saying, this person's not supposed to be on the road. And then one day, somebody's going to do it, go out there and kill somebody, and ain't got no license. And then when the police come on the scene, they're going to find out who this guy is. Or not saying he's dead or something, because the people that not supposed to be on the road usually always kill the people that are supposed to be on the road, right? That's what always happens. Well, not always, but most of the time, that's what I hear about. Now, they're going to run him and see he clearly doesn't have a license. And then they're going to run his plates. And that car is going to come back to him. And this person with no license probably ain't had a license in years. That's how it always works. Years. But they're going to run his plates and say, that car is in his name. And it looks like he just bought it 5 months ago. How in the hell did he buy that car? No different than drunk driving, like somebody's at a bar. And they overdrink and the bartender keeps serving him, knowing that he's pissy drunk. And this guy gets in his car, drives off and kills somebody. They're coming back to the bar and say, hey, man, did you know this dude was looking like this when you left and you kept serving him? Well, I didn't think that. Sorry, that's your problem. No different than this. They're going to run those places and say, how did that dude get a car? And then they're going to come back to the dealership. See, the trail? The dealership can't lie because there's no license to put on the application. So it will not exist. You think a big, luxurious dealership's going to risk that little shit? That's not happening. So it's usually the smaller ones that are greedy. And when they come back with that paperwork, because it's going to be there. And guess who else they're going to hit? Because they usually drive out of there with high price insurance, right? They'll come out of there with high. How in the hell did they get car insurance? And this was going to happen. And this is how all the other players get paid. I forgot this part. Now you drive off the lot, you ain't got no license, yet you're paying monthly insurance and monthly car payments on an overpriced car. And gap insurance, right? So like you've been getting away with it for years, and you're making all your insurance payments on time. Every one of them. Gap insurance and regular car insurance. And then one day you get in an accident. And you still ain't got no license. Guess what? Insurance ain't paying shit. They're not paying anything. And and you know why? And they'll be validated by not paying it. Why? You don't have a license. So all that money you're giving it away for free. And back to the dealership, people that are selling these cars to people knowing they don't have no license, they're going to get their turn. It's only obvious. All it takes is one person to drive off one person's lot with no license and kill somebody. And then guess what? Investigations. Now, I don't work for the state. I'm not saying I work for anything. It's only obvious. Math never lies. And there's a paper trail. Why? Because of money. And when people get greedy, they're going to pay. Nobody gets a free ride. People start to get comfortable. I can only imagine how many days, how many times this has happened in a day. I can only imagine. The greedy people get comfortable. Oh man, that's all I do, man. Shit, it don't matter. And then one day, and who knows how far they can go back? There's no limitation. There's no limitation. They can go back and look, and then all they got to do is look to see if this person has a driver's license number on this application. If he don't, woo! The state is about to get paid because they're out of it. They're going to just say, hey, isn't that pretty much self-explanatory? If he comes to your dealership and he says he ain't got a license, there's a reason. The state says that. There's a reason why he doesn't have a license. Oh, you just decided to bypass our word? Whatever. then you're going to pay. Isn't that crazy? They're just doing people so dirty. And people driving around here, no license, thinking they're good, and insurance, and they're not even covered for nothing. And then they're gonna owe for years on this overpriced car they had to get. Because why? Their money situations, they're in debt. People take advantage of people that are in debt. And when I say take advantage, let me clarify that. When it comes to business, there's no feelings involved. How I feel about how they're doing it, as long as they're doing it legally, that's fine. Immorally is a different story, but if they're not doing anything illegally, they're not doing anything wrong. Because it's up to you to know your own money so you don't walk into situations like that. Can you imagine you being in an accident and you think you're covered? But you got to logically know you're not covered because you don't got a driver's license, right? You got to know if you're paying for car insurance and you ain't got a license, that means nothing. You're just really having a high-priced piece of paper to show the cops when you get pulled over. But the cop's going to logically know if you ain't got a license, your insurance is not covering nothing. The insurance company is not going to pay out on somebody that's not supposed to be on the road in the first place, and they're valid for doing it. They're just collecting your money for free. Now, how are they collecting it? Now, that's a different story. Because I'm assuming when you get insurance, they ask for your license. See how it all trails back? Now, if that same scenario I told you earlier, with the guy with no license getting in the car, now if they pull out his thing, looking through his glove box, and he's going to say, hey, man, I got insurance. He's going to naturally say that, especially if he's been paying, right? They're going to pull that out and say, let's check if this is valid. Then they're going to call and see if it's valid. And then they're going to ask whose name is on, and then they're going to say, you know what the next question is? What driver's license number did he give you? Guess what? Their insurance company's not going to be able to answer that question. They're not going to be able to answer that question. And guess who else is going to be liable? Them! And the state is going to get paid. Why? Because they told the insurance company, the car salesman, this person doesn't have a license for a reason. That's all you need to know. He can't drive. But the other people said they're so greedy, they go, fuck you, state. We're going to do it anyway. Why? Because we want his money. Now, the car dealerships out there, if you guys are doing this and you want to become wealthy, stuff like that is not tolerated. The reason why it's not tolerated? Because there's no reason for it. You can clearly see people are giving away money. There is no reason to be greedy. There's plenty. Once you start breaking the rules, because when you start doing stuff like that, and you start making stuff look obvious to the people that are in the debt matrix, more and more are going to wake up. Then they're going to start to become insulted. When you're at this level, you cannot do that. You cannot do stuff like that. You can't. That's not tolerated. There's no reason to cheat and do people wrong and just dirty. It's not. There's no reason. People are giving away money. Why are you going to do them? Why are you going to kick them when they're down? You can't do that. So you guys following this stuff, you see that trail? Those people are going to get their turn. It's going to take one person getting killed with no license. That's all it's going to take. And then it's going to start a chain of events. Mark my word. It's going to start a chain of events. And it's a pretty simple question. Once the investigator comes in, it's a pretty simple question. He's just going to go to all the players and say, show me the license he showed you. And since the state investigator's he's going to know this person had no valid driver's license for years. He's going to just wait for your answer and see what you say. Are you going to say, You're right. We insured him knowing he didn't have a license. But if you say something else, ooh, wee, mm, mm. I need to look into being a state investigator too. That would be fun for me, especially in the finance department. Oh my God. What does it feel like to come into somebody that's cheating the system or doing people dirty and just walk in and already have all the answers and just ask you the questions to question the answers I already know. I already know them because math will just show it right here. Math. People in debt have a pattern. But anyway, enough enough going crazy. But I hope you guys can feel what I was talking about. Before I end this video, please subscribe. Please share with your friends if you like it. If you have any ideas or things you want me to talk about personal finances, let me know. DebtAintMyDaddy@gmail.com. I'm looking also for people that like to do podcast interviews or, maybe they have a channel where they interview people, up and coming people or people good at what they do. I'm all open for those type of interviews. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. So if you have anybody like that that's trying to improve their channel or podcast or something, I'm the guy. I love to do it. Love to talk about what I do and what's so different about it and why it is so different than many others. Okay. Check out my Facebook, DebtAintMyDaddy, Instagram, DebtAintMyDaddy, and Twitter. Kind of put on there a little bit, but DebtAintMyDaddy. All right. You guys have a wonderful day.